Good morning guys, how are we? How are you doing? Happy Tuesday. So today I thought I would film a sort of review. So I'm gonna do a review on a couple of new Revolution products I picked up from Superdrug the other day. I just thought I'd film this as like a vlog, which is why this is a little bit less professional than I may usually do my videos. Excuse me, I think I'm getting ill, which is not ideal, but anyway, yeah, so today I thought I would film that. I'm basically just going to film my everyday makeup look using a couple of these new products to test them out, and then we'll do a couple of check-ins throughout the day. I'm going to pop out and do some work in Starbucks, and yeah, and just check in with you guys in a few hours throughout this day, check in to see how these products work. So if that's something you'd be interested in watching, then please just keep on watching. Hey guys, so I've just propped you up. I'm gonna pop on my sort of everyday normal foundation routine at the moment. I have been absolutely obsessed with the Too Faced Hangover Primer. This just makes your face look amazing underneath makeup. It just does wonders really to your skin, and I don't really know what it is, but it's really freaking good. Sorry if the light comes in and out, the sun is bright this morning. I like to use that, and then at the moment, because I've got all this redness and sort of blemishes on my chin, I like to pop the Pore Professional Primer by Benefit over these sort of areas to make them a little bit more smoother, so the foundation actually sits nicely on them. Yeah, I found that my foundation and other products do sit nicer on top of my blemishes if I use a sort of smoothing pore primer, because it just sort of gives it that like layer, I guess, which may or may not be the right thing to do. I do not know, but this works for me, so that's what I'm gonna go for. So the new products that I have, just a few, are the Revolution Fixing Spray, Peach Baking Powder, which I've heard so many things about this baking powder. I heard a lot about the banana, but banana powders aren't my fave, so I thought I'd go for the peachy one. So hopefully this works just as well. And also this cute Revolution Heartbreakers Concealer. It's really cute. It has a little heart-shaped doe fur, which I think is so cute. What I was wondering though is how Revolution can make multiple brands products, like obviously their Revolution look after Revolution, Revolution Pro and Revolution. How do they make different products and them not end up being the same product? Do you know what I mean? Like, how is this just not the Conceal and Define? Do you know what I mean? I mean, I know that obviously they purposefully make different products and these concealers have different things in them, but then I just think, why would you not just go for the one that you know is good, i.e. the Conceal and Define? However, they have released a new is it called Infinite Concealer? Something like that, which I'm dying to try. So this is the cute Revolution one. As you can see, it just has like a heart-shaped doe foot. How cute is that? So I got this concealer in the shade Buttermilk, which to be honest looks really light, maybe too light, but apparently I can't choose the right colours. I do have a bit of fake tan on still, so my neck's a little bit darker, so I will be wearing a slightly darker foundation. What should I go for today? I don't want a super full coverage base, but I'm gonna go for one of my most full coverage foundations, ironically. This is the Maybelline Super Stay, an absolute dreamy foundation, like dreamy. This is so good. If you haven't tried it, where have you been? It's so good. I'm just gonna lightly spread that on my face because I don't want this to be too full. Anyway, how are you doing? I hope you've had a good week so far. How is your February going? Yes, happy February. Thank God that dreaded month of January is actually finally over. It lasted friggin' forever and I was not a fan at all. Thank God it's finished. However, I just feel like the year is about to just fly by again. Like, January was the slowest month and then we'll just like will blink and it'll be bloody April. I'll be like, wow, bro, where's all that time gone? But anyway, foundation is on. I just like really lightly spread that that little bit around my face because I didn't want too much coverage. Obviously you can still see my freckles and things like that. Like I said, that covered my blemishes really, really well because I had the pore primer on. I feel like it just sat nicely over the top of that and created like a nice smoother layer for this then to sit on. But anyway, yeah, let's go in with this concealer. I'm hoping this isn't too light. Like this looks just white. And it also looks insanely thin. I'm gonna try and hopefully zoom in so you guys can see. But oh my God, this is like water. Okay, the dough foot is a bit of a pain in the ass and it's just a little bit gimmicky. Does not pick up a lot of product. Like, can you see these swipes are so like transparent because there's like no product there? Okay, this just does not look good at this rate. I am very much judging this right now because it just looks really, really bad. It looks like it's going to be just really lightweight, which honestly, if that's what you're after, that's absolutely fine. Like I don't always want a heavy base. Like I just said, I just put on a little layer because of foundation because I only wanted a small layer. I just think under my eyes is just where I need the coverage all the time, regardless of what type of makeup look I'm doing. I have quite dark under eyes and I can never ever bloody seem to cover them. So like this needs to do something, you know? I just don't think it's going to. Like even when you want a lightweight day and you don't want to wear heavy products, you still need them to do something. This just doesn't look like it's going to do anything. Also at the moment I've been loving doing my concealer with a brush. This is just a Real Techniques brush, the Point S brush. So it's kind of weirdly shaped, it's like a dome at the top. And I just like that because it sits really nicely under my eyes in order for me to get in here and just sort of blend these out, considering I've got eyelash extensions on at the moment. This helps me get in to my eyes without using a beauty blender, which obviously would just get in the way of everything. I genuinely feel like I just put milk on my face. Like that's weird to say, I know. But I don't know if this has done anything. Definitely made my face look super pale, which obviously because I bought the wrong, I think I got the wrong shade. But I just don't think it's really covered up anything. It's sort of like cast a, yeah, it's like cast a shadow and a colour, like a wash of colour, but it's not actually hidden anything. Let's see if I can do 2 layers, even though I'm just gonna focus this right here, which is where I get all my darkness, and see if I can layer this. Honestly, this shit is so thin. I'm not having much hope, don't have much hope. I'm gonna let that sit, just quickly do a bit of cream contouring because my face looks super pale. I'm gonna do a bit of cream bronzer with this Benefit bronzer. I've not used this in ages. This concealer's giving me flashbacks to like MUA days and like when Revolution did that first concealer. Do you remember? What was it? It was just like, it was not good at all. I can't even remember what it was. We'll see if I can pop like a photo up of what I'm thinking of. But this just reminds me of that, which is definitely not a good thing, to be honest. Let's try and blend out this. See if it has much more coverage. I mean, that sun is so bright. Let's just give it a minute and see if it calms down a bit. I think actually it has helped putting that right here on the dip, like the proper dips there under my eye bags where I've got where it's super dark. I think that has helped. but it's defo just not the most full coverage concealer I've ever used. And honestly, if you want any form of coverage, light or heavy, I just don't think this is going to do anything. I'm not really sure if this is just to be a brightening concealer. Any claims? Just says concealer with coconut extract, vitamin C, A, B3 and B5, what does anti-cerns mean? I don't know. I'm not sure. I'll have to see if it's got any claims online to what this does, but so far it's done nothing. And I'm not a huge fan of that. Right, let's move on to this powder because this could be life-changing. I struggle to find powders all the time and I can just never find a good powder. So this is what it looks like. Really nice big powder. Tub of powder. You get 22 grams in here, which I think is very good. I think it maybe cost about £5 as well, so that's pretty decent. Cute little powder puff, even though I won't use that. I think that's so cute. And I'm gonna have to get in and really annoyingly take off this plastic somehow. Okay, so powder. Taking off that little the sticky stuff on the inside, so I'm gonna have to pop it in the lid just like this. That's got it. I can't smell it now because I've got hand cream on. Right, let's just wait for her to calm down. I love the sun, don't go away, but please just calm. Okay, so for my under eyes, I don't like to bake, I don't like to use a beauty blender. I don't like to use a beauty blender because it just packs on way too much product, and obviously now, like when I want just lightweight situation, I don't like to bake, so I will use these sort of fluffy brushes. Obviously this is a much bigger one, this is a sort of smaller eyeshadow blending brush. I like to use this underneath my eyes just to sort of put the powder, brush it away, simple as, and then I'll use the on my face, then I'll use this bigger one on the rest of my face. So making sure there's no creases, I'm going to take some of this powder. Okay, let's see if I can do a bit of a close-up. Just FYI, if you're new here, I do have creasy sort of under eyes. I can't really figure out how to not have creasy under eyes. Do you know what I mean? Like my under eyes just crease no matter what concealer it is, no matter what powder. But this still looks smooth, even though I have a few creases under my eyes, if that makes sense. Doesn't look like dry and crusty like other powders have done. It just looks quite nice actually. Like I said, I will zoom you in if I can, just so that you can see this under eye in comparison to this under eye. That's really nice, you know. And like I said, you get so much, and I only use a little amount, so this is gonna last me forever. And I just think it's so, it definitely lives up to the reviews. If you've seen anybody else use it, I think like sort of Jordan Lips can use it. Soph does nails, or just Soph now. I'm sure I've seen them use it and they liked it as well, and honestly it does live up to a sort of reputation. Right, so overall I really enjoy this powder. I think it's really nice, definitely worth the money. I don't like the packaging, the fact that when you take off the sticky bit, that's it, and the powder goes everywhere. I don't enjoy that. I mean, is this supposed to sit in here so that it covers the powder? Possibly. I'll put that in there anyway. Yeah, nice powder, definitely worth the money. I will leave links to these products that I've used down below. Still gonna have to see how it wears. Obviously, perhaps the powder doesn't wear as long. See how the concealer looks, but not great first impressions, to be honest. For maybe like a smaller, less coverage, less thick concealer, like a thin, lightweight concealer, then maybe, but so far this isn't looking so great. I'm gonna go ahead, finish the rest of my makeup, and I will be right back to sort of show you what I'm working with, show you the finished look, and then we'll go about the day and do some reviews and check-ins even. I'll be right back. Oh yeah guys, I forgot to say, so the last product that I've got to test is this setting spray. I mean, setting sprays are kind of hard to test, but I will use it and sort of, it will help figure out later on if any of this is going to stay, or, you know, what am I trying to say? It's hard to test setting sprays, but we'll just use it, see how it goes. It might help the longevity of the concealer and the powder, so we'll just see what happens. I also don't have a fan, so I have to like try and use whatever's nearby. Brush. I've actually been obsessed with these lash extensions at the moment. Really couldn't really see myself without them at the moment. They're just so nice. You know when you wake up and you're just like, oh, I look half decent. You know, like I don't look like an absolute sack of shit. I look half shit, but not like a complete sack of shit. You know what I mean? So this is kind of like my everyday look anyway, guys. Bronzy skin, highlighter, the whole sort of works, but nothing too dramatic. Do you know what I mean? Nude lip. This is the Sephora liquid lip, oh no, cream lip shine in 01. Just a nice nude every day. So I'm gonna sort myself out and go about my day. It is 11:30, so this is nice and early for me. So I definitely will do a good few check-ins in a couple of hours. I'll do 11, 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll definitely wear this for at least 8 hours. So we will have a nice full day's worth of review. I'm gonna get changed because I'm absolutely freezing cold. I need a jumper or something. I'm gonna get changed, go about my day, and yeah, I will check in with you guys in. How are we doing? So it is currently 2:15 and I've just got home. I've been out for about, I don't know, at least 2 or 3 hours, I think. About 2 hours. And my makeup's looking all right, actually. It's starting to look a little bit oily on my chin, which doesn't always tend to happen, so perhaps I'm either particularly oily today or the powder just hasn't stood out for that long. Don't mind my lips, I've been drinking coffee, so I've got lipstick all over my coffee cup. We love that. Now it's like I've got a really bad lip line. Anyway, yeah, so my skin looking a little bit oily on my chin, which doesn't really happen, especially after 2 hours. Like, that's not very long. Getting a bit oily here. I'm not particularly hot either. It's quite a cold day, so I'm not really sure what's going on here. It looks like some of the makeup's even come off my head, which, to be fair, I have been wearing a beanie, so that was maybe my fault. Overall, not bad face, doesn't look too bad. It looks pretty normal. I think for this amount of time, I shouldn't really be this like oily here and here already. Only 2 hours in, like that's not really ideal. But I don't think I need any extra powder right now. Like I'm really not bothered. I don't exactly have oily skin. It can just get a little bit oily in places, you know. So anyway, I will check back with you in a couple of hours. My under eyes are looking all right. Creasy, like I said, I always have this like one crease right here, which I cannot do anything about. Like, I don't know, it's always there no matter what products I use or whatever, so that's not really a big issue. It's just as long as it doesn't start to like crack and the powder doesn't start to come away and all that jazz, which I think we're looking all right. So like I said, I will check back with you in a couple hours. Okay, so I think it's about 4, so about 2 hours after I filmed the first one. I am watching Friends. As you can see, anyway, my face hasn't really changed. I haven't really done much in the last 2 hours. So I'm a little bit shiny. A little bit more shiny, which I don't really appreciate. I might actually have to powder down again. I never really get like this. I don't know why this is happening. Maybe I had too much of a dewy base and therefore my skin's just not feeling it today. Not really sure what's going on anyway. But yeah, it's looking alright. Nice everyday powder, everyday concealer. Like I said, if you don't want too much full coverageness, English, if you don't want too much coverage, and that I Heart Revolution concealer was nice, and like an everyday sort of lightweight base concealer. So if that is what you're after, then I definitely think it was good. Again, I'm not done. Like, I'm gonna have some more clip-in, some more check-ins with you, maybe 6, 8-ish tonight, because I'm going to still be wearing this for a while. Then I'll get back to you. But yeah, so far it's okay. Not my favourite, but also not the worst, so that's all good. Hey guys, so I do look a little bit different as to when you saw me last. I did end up going out, so I thought I would do a Valentine's Day makeup look, which is what you see here, and I will be putting a video up very soon about how I did this, so stay tuned. So I thought I would just round up today's testing video. All in all, I think the concealer is very lightweight, very thin. The doe foot's kind of hard. It's not very like comfortable on your face. It's just not my favourite concealer from the whole Revolution sort of brand. Obviously, Conceal and Define is an absolute cult fave, and I would stick with that if you've never tried any concealers from Revolution before or any of those brands. If you like a lightweight concealer, just want to sort of even your skin tone or something like that, then I'm sure that I Heart Revolution concealer would be good for that. It is this one. Oh, it is this concealer right here. They do have loads of like, they do have more colours. I'm not too sure on how the shade range was. I'll have to have a look online. But yeah, just give it a look if this is something that you might be interested in. Lightweight concealers that aren't too heavy on the skin, not too full coverage, just a lightweight for every day, then I would definitely say it's a good concealer. It's an affordable concealer. I think it was £4 or £5, very affordable. If you're young and getting into makeup, then it's probably a good shout to give it a go. You don't want anything too heavy on your face when you've just got like a young face and young skin, do you know what I mean? You don't want to. As for the peach baking powder, I really enjoyed this. Like I said in my previous clip, it didn't necessarily last that long. I did actually have to touch up, especially on my chin, so I don't like that when it gets oily, and here and here. I'm looking right now because I did touch up when I was doing this makeup look. So I think it's a good powder. I think it's, again, affordable powder. I'm definitely going to reach for this over the other Revolution powder that I picked up, this one, translucent one that I tested in my last video. I'm going to be reaching for the peach powder over that for sure. So yeah, we've got a good thing that I love this so far. The concealer, love, hate, sort of. If it's what you want, then it's probably quite good for you. Just isn't for me, basically, is what I'm trying to get at. So anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I know it was a short testing video, but I really enjoy these. Let me know if you'd like to see more brands from the drugstore that I can give a go. I do love a good drugstore brand. I've got some Christmas goodies that I got at Christmas, obviously, to test still in videos. If you didn't see what I got for Christmas, I will link it here for you. But anyway, I hope you have a great evening. I hope you have a great Valentine's, which is obviously what this look is inspired for. Do stay tuned to see my Valentine's look, because that will be up very, very soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. You know where that is, down below. Just a big red button. Won't cost you a penny, won't hurt you. Takes about 2 seconds. Why not? All right, see you in my next video.